What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Mav Talk. I'm super excited about today's episode for one reason and one reason only. It's a big reason. Large. Actually, small reason.
Hi.
It's a Lara reason.
It's me. I'm the reason.
Hi. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
It is my song, by the way.
So, we were just about to do I was going to go do a Mav Talk episode. She's like, can I be involved with it?
Absolutely.
And so she's involved with it.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to do today, on Mav Talk, as you know, it's a little bit stripped down, and we're just going to give a couple updates on some things that are going on in life. And I wanted Lotta's perspective on some of the crazy dreams and ideas and stuff like that I have. So I'm going to I'll have you give an update and just tell them who you are and how old you are and how long it took you to do your makeup and how cute your hair is and all these different things.
Okay. My name is Lara.
Lara?
But usually I say Lara to people, but my actual name is Lara. I am 32.
Whoa. Dude, literally every single restaurant we ever go to, I don't have hair. Okay, so you guys know that about me. I don't have hair. I don't get carded, bro. I don't get carded.
I do.
Until I'm with her, bro. I'm sitting down with Lana, and they're just like, excuse me, ma'am, can you, how old are you? And every single time I say she's 16 or whatever and say some stupid joke. But anyways, keep going.
Well, I'm not 32 either. I am 24. 24. To
be determined, dude. It's the most... That's the most...
I forgot how old I am for like a second. But I'm 24. I'm 24 and...
Where are you from, babe? Where are you from, babe?
I am from Brazil.
Eu sou brasileiro.
Yes.
I'm saying I'm a Brazilian because I'm from Bahia too.
Yes.
So you're from Bahia?
I'm from Bahia, Brazil. I grew up in Salvador, Bahia, which is the capital of Bahia. On the beach.
Mom and Dad is in town right now?
Yes, they are.
How's that been?
It's been good. I haven't seen them in a long time. And then you got to meet them too.
I got to meet them.
Yeah.
It was actually super cute. I was telling Mike today that it's nice to, I don't know, like just cuddling with your mom last night a little bit.
Yeah, that was super cute.
So when did they come? 2 weeks ago? A week and a half ago?
Yeah.
So her family's in town from Bahia in Salvador.
Yeah.
Salvador.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Here's the thing, dude. I'm 129 days or something like that. I forget how many days, but 129 days into Duolingo. I'm not going to say I'm fluent in Portuguese, dude. I'm not going to say I'm 62% Brazilian, but I'm probably 62% Brazilian. And I'm trying to learn Portuguese. But they came a week and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah,
and
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. It's the first time I got to meet him, which was really nice. I obviously met him over the FaceTime and stuff like that, which is cool. Here's the thing, though. Grandma's not here.
My grandma is absolutely in love with Mike.
I'm not gonna say she's a cougar.
She actually thinks that once she meets you, she's going to kiss you on the lips.
I'm gonna kiss you.
Yeah, my grandma is just absolutely.
I'm gonna lay a fat kiss on your grandma. Wait till we cut that clip right there.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna see your grandma. I'm not even gonna hug her. I'm just gonna go in for the. You're gonna be so jealous.
No, I'll let you.
Oh. Anyways, after kissing grandma, we just went directly from meeting her parents to absolutely making out with grandma. Just kidding. So this is Mav Talk. So we wanted to talk a little bit about. I don't know. I haven't even actually talked much about the buildings publicly. I haven't posted about it on social media.
No.
So a while ago I had a dream that I wrote down to buy a multifamily property, and I was looking and saving money, and I'm in sales. So I was trying to sell stuff and be super focused and put money away. And then eventually I got a property in Upton, which we're literally down the street from right now. And, I wrote down a goal, which I don't think I've shared this publicly either, but I wrote down a goal to, acquire 100 units, which is a lot. And honestly, I was telling a lot of this the other day. I'm like, if I knew what it actually took, the moment that I wrote that goal down, even like with the 3 family, it's like, it sounds good to have a 3 family until Like, I remember the first fix I did on it was a toilet. And I was like, all right, dude, this toilet. But it's supposed to be like a $300 bill. It was like a $900, almost like $1,000 bill. And I'm like, crap, dude. So it's like.
And then you pay for water.
Mm-hmm. Water and.
Which you don't usually.
The roof and all these different things. So, anyways, I got the multifamily property, and then we'll do another testimony video of. We actually have video of you and I praying in the parking lot, and remember that stuff. So. Yeah. We'll do another testimony video of what it was like to purchase. We purchased a building in Blackstone, Mass. Mm-hmm. It is 10 units total. There's 3 commercial units at the bottom, and then there's 7 residential up top. So there's technically 10 there, and then we have 3 at the Upton building. So we're about 13% to the goal of 100 units. And I don't know, I joked with a lot of, I guess, back and forth about like how it actually feels to own the building, the weight of it, the stress of it. And so it was actually what I was planning on talking about if it were just me on here, but I wanted to get her perspective too on, she's seen the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs. If you're curious as to how we bought the building, it was $699,000, and we put it together with like an owner.
You paid for everything.
Cash. $699,000. And so we put together a structured deal where the owner financed a portion of it, and then we partnered with somebody at the church for the rest of the money, and we'll talk more in depth about that at a later date. So even buying the building, and you can share from your perspective, but even buying the building in the first place was a miracle. Like, how was it from you when I was going through that whole process and kind of seeing it?
Well, you were in another process of buying something else, and that didn't work out. So that's true. Huge. I don't know. You were really upset about it at one point. Yeah. And then just the way that God does everything, He literally sent you the same thing that you dreamed of, and you recognized it. You saw that it was God's hand, and you
executed on it.
Yeah, but it took a long time.
Oh my gosh.
It took a long time.
So to backtrack, literally, so I have a 3-family here in Upton. Down the street to the right, there was another property. It seemed like such a God thing. It's amazing too, like when you're following the Lord and you write down goals and dreams and like what you want to do. And obviously I had this goal of acquiring 100 units, and I knew it was going to take time. But I was like, okay, I really want to set my family up well, and I feel like real estate is a good vehicle long term. I found this building. It was right down the street from me. They were selling it. I think at the time it was off market, so the guy wasn't even really marketing to people, and the deal fell through for a lot of reasons. But it fell through, and I didn't even know if I was discouraged or if it was just like confused. I was just like, dude, I think
you were more so confused.
Yeah. It's like right down the street. I was like, dude, this has got to be like, oh, maybe God is like trying to.
I think it was also God's grace in a way, because you learned a lot doing that. And the only way that you could actually buy the real building was because you went through that situation.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was in prayer. So that deal fell through. And then I went back to God and was like, I don't know, like discouraged and confused, and like, God, like I thought this was just like something you had for me. And Lotta and I were talking about it. This is right when we started dating, actually.
Yeah.
Or when we started talking. And it fell through, and I was a little bit confused. And I remembered though, like I went in prayer, and like I saw this little image in my head of like a brick, just like bricks, not like a brick building, but just bricks. And then I remembered a listing that the realtor that gave me that property, the one that fell through, she sent me a listing of a brick building. And I was like, oh, like maybe, I don't know, maybe I could take a look at that brick building. And then over time, we kind of structured a deal where the owner would finance some of it, and then I'd put a chunk down, and then we partnered with somebody at the church, and it ended up going through. But that's not the purpose of this video. I wanted to talk a little bit about dependence on the Lord. We were just at a wedding for Lotta's family, and we were really nice. I was sitting down with myself, and then Pastor Josh and his wife were there.
You were sitting down with yourself?
Is that what I said?
Yes.
Sitting down with myself, Pastor Josh, my beautiful girlfriend, and Pastor Josh's wife. And we're having a conversation about, I don't know, because I feel like sometimes, maybe intentionally why I didn't want to post it on social media. I don't know if I've ever said this, but I think part of me was just like, I don't even know if this is going to work.
Yeah.
So I was like, on the back of my mind, I'm like, I've never done this before. I'm scared to share it. I also don't want it to come across the wrong way, like prideful or like, oh, look what I have, because I knew that I would not have that building if it weren't for the grace of God, because it was a miracle to even get it.
Oh yeah.
And the prayers, and Lada and I praying through it and trying to find a solution for it. So anyways, I was talking to Pastor Josh just about, because we were showing him the building, and I was just like, man, like, it's broken. It's like genuinely broken me in many different ways, just like my emotions, my dependence on the Lord. It's like there were so many moments where I needed so much more money than I actually had, and I knew I didn't have it, and God showed up as the provider. Like a lot of times you hear that God's a provider, but then you have to depend on him to actually provide a lot more than you'd ever expect that you would need. And emotionally what that can do, because you have to let go of control and the stress and the anxiety. And I don't know, Lada saw me, I think it was right before the new year. I was in a really bad mental state. We had just acquired the building in November, and it was like December. And usually I'm like super excited and like passionate and like goal setting and like all these different things. And this new year, it was different. I was like, I couldn't get myself to start to dream again. Like I wasn't excited. Like the building was so stressful. Like I couldn't even. So I wanted to share a little bit of that. But how did you feel about that, babe, when I was kind of, I don't know, dreaming big, but in the middle of it, and then stressed and anxious and moody?
I think it allowed me in a way to actually lead you, because I know how you are and I know your mindset. And when I saw that changing, and I saw that you were anxious, and it kind of sparked something in me, like, oh, I need to help him get into the right mindset. So for me, it was obviously hard. It's never fun to see somebody you love go through that, but
it's kind of like I'm like kind of like a near perfect boyfriend. Sorry, babe, keep going.
I don't even know what to say about that.
No, I'm just saying, I'm like near, like there's perfection, and I'm just like a few steps below. But keep going, babe. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah, it was more so like God throughout everything was showing me how to help you and how to pray for you, how to lead you.
January we went through prayer and fasting. And
oh my gosh.
I remember this girl prayed for me one time. I mean, we prayed for each other multiple times during that, and we were doing some...
We would pray every day for each other, right?
Yeah. We prayed a lot, and I remember I was so overwhelmed and just anxious, and I was trying to cast the care of the building on the Lord. I think it's 1 Peter chapter 5 where it talks about cast your cares on the Lord because he cares for you. And practically I was like holding on so tight to it because it was so far outside of my comfort zone. I'm about to do a video in the High Performance Faith series about goal setting. And goal setting sounds fun until like you actually have a goal, or maybe you even got the goal, and then the goal becomes a reality, and then it becomes a prayer request really fast. So like during prayer and fasting, like I remember one time we prayed and she laid hands on me, and not in that way though, babe. You know what I mean? Appropriately lays hands on me.
I didn't even think about that.
But I was laying down, and I remember I just started bawling my eyes out because I was releasing all the stress. And you've done a great job, babe, of leading me with prayer.
Thank you.
Even today, like I had a really tough few weeks. Gotten a couple accidents, and I shared that on the Good Success sermon that's on YouTube. But I got in a couple accidents and wasn't doing well at work. Like work was not going well, and there's just it felt like everything was just not going well. But this girl, man, this girl prayed. This girl prayed me through.
I did.
And I feel like I'm on the other side of that now, which is really sweet. So talking about dependence on the Lord, I wanted to, we can both share our perspective on it, but...
Actually, I do have a question for you about that.
Sure.
Do you have like a strategy to actually cast your anxiety to the Lord? Like in practical
Yeah.
terms.
I've been doing every Monday, I do the tabernacle prayer now. And that's a new habit. It's probably been 2 months or I don't know, something like that, where every Monday, it's anywhere between like 6 and 7:30, I'll wake up. So if I maybe have a late night or something like that the night before, I try not to be legalistic, which is, I guess, the first practical part, because if you're legalistic about a habit or a system that you have, then you don't stick to it. So I'm trying to give myself grace and flexibility with it. But on Mondays, I go through the tabernacle prayer. The app is called Pray First, and it'll just literally lead you through that prayer. And while I'm doing stuff like that, like even this morning, there's times where, or even if you're praying the Lord's Prayer, sometimes I do that on Tuesdays, I will try to practically like let go, like literally envision myself of like, even this past week, I was like, dude, I gotta let go of the sales, because sales have not been flowing, bro. It's a different market.
Yeah, I'm in sales too. It's
hard. You gotta let go of control. So literally I'll envision myself. I know I haven't let go of something if I'm still anxious about it. So I will literally visualize me before the Lord with my hands out before him, like almost like envisioning him on a throne. And I'm before him with my hands out in front of me. And whatever I'm holding on to, I try to give it to him. The Bible, that word cast, like to cast your cares, literally means like when you're casting like a rod when you're fishing. It's like casting it like that, like throwing it as far as you possibly can. And once you do that, you're not supposed to pick it back up. That's the challenge. The hardest part about casting your cares is like, once you think you casted it and then it comes back up and then you get anxious about it. But I told her today, like, I've been feeling pretty peaceful about the building situation. And it's just because I'm not trying to control it anymore. I've given it, literally handed it over to the Lord so that he can take care of it.
Yeah. I have another question.
The Mav Talk is turning into an interview from Lara Montera.
Yes. It's in the Mav with Lotta. There you go.
I like that.
The other question is, sometimes we also think that we need to cast everything, which we should, onto the Lord, but we think that that means that we are not supposed to act at all. What is that boundary?
This girl should be an interviewer, bro.
I should. I think I do have a gift.
So the boundary between
February podcast.
Oh, you hear that, Pastor Devin?
Your girl is.
She's trying to get up in that podcast, bro.
I am.
So it's like, the question is like the balance between casting your care and then
Correct.
actually taking action.
Yeah.
I think what Christians do a really poor job of, not all, but I would say a lot of Christians do a really poor job of, is like the challenge between like faith without works. It's like faith is, you actually have to take action towards something. So it's like, you can't be like, I have faith in getting this building.
Just gonna show up in front of me and that's it.
What's funny is this just came up in the conversation with Pastor Josh.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but it's like one thing to have faith, but like, what are the practical steps?
Yeah.
Because I was talking to him about, we're doing a renovation on the building. Okay. So faith would be like, I know that we're going to be able to get this. I'm going to cast the care on the Lord that God is going to provide.
Yeah. And that he's going to send the right people, but you are supposed, I'm answering my question.
No, you're good.
But you are supposed to actually go and do the work.
Mm-hmm.
There's even that passage that it says that the Lord will guide your steps, but you do have to step. Mm-hmm. So that he can guide you. Mm-hmm. You know.
Come on, Pastor. The Bible says faith without works is dead. Yeah. So a lot of your dreams are dead because you have faith, but you don't have works. So if you want your faith to come alive, like even in prayer, it's like your faith really isn't alive because you're not working, you're not putting in the work. You know, it's a phrase that's been in my spirit, even with YouTube. Like for so long I've been planning and dreaming, but really I've just been afraid. So I'm not doing it. But I've been afraid and I'm not doing it. And God is telling me now, he's like, do the work, bro. Yeah. Do the freaking work. Yeah. Like I stayed up late the other night and I was working on some YouTube stuff and dreaming. And I'm just like, it feels so much better when your faith is in action. So it's like, yeah, you can cast your care on the Lord. Casting your care gets rid of the anxiety. But that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to put in the work. Like today I came to a lot of like, I'm not stressed about it today. I'm sure I'm going to be stressed about it tomorrow. I'm not stressed about it today, but like, I casted my care on the Lord, but then I gave a strategy to Lotta today about, I was like, I was like, I think we're going to do this, this, and this for the building.
Yeah.
And we're going to present this to the bank so that they can fund phase 1, and then we'll put together a plan for phase 2 for the renovation. So it's like, it's faith with works is how faith comes alive in putting it together. Good question, babe.
Thank you.
I have a question for you.
Oh, Lord.
I have a question for you. Let's ask, you want to do a little interview Lara Monterre? What is it like dating a 29-year-old bald man that has just a fantastic beard? A 29-year-old bald man that has, like, what is it like to be on the front lines of prayer and the weight? I mean, you felt a responsibility with the building, with sales, with ministry, and the past couple of weeks I had preached a couple sermons, and it's like, as we're continuing to pursue each other and get closer relationally, the spiritual attack is on both of us. So what does it feel like to, like, how does that feel like to carry the weight on your end and pray and cast the cares as well?
It makes me so pissed at the devil, dude. It's just like, I already told Mike that whenever he preaches, I need to know a week before, because I need to fast.
Literally, she does.
Because the enemy be attacking. But for me, it's been helpful in a way, because I need to establish a routine of prayer. So with that, it basically sets my priority. So if that's happening to you, then I need to pray for it.
Yeah. It's
like, it's real. And because it's happening to me, to him, it's now happening to me as well. So, and now I'm being super confusing, right?
No.
And now I've realized that sometimes whatever you're going through, in terms of spiritual attack, it comes to me and it happens to me on the same, maybe not on the same level, but in the same field. Like, if you're struggling with work, then the enemy will attack me, not necessarily at work, but of how I think about work and how I think of myself and work. I also think that because we're both in sales and you're kind of like a role model for me, I always think of you like, oh my gosh, if Mike is going through this, then oh my gosh, I need to prepare. But
to give you context, I went 2 weeks without a sale.
And then I went a week.
So in the sales profession, when you go to many appointments and then you have hope, the Bible says hope deferred makes the heart grow sick. When you have hope for a lot of things and they don't come to fruition, and you have like different projects that you worked on, you put a lot of energy and time and you feel good about it, and then you're praying, but then you're also preparing sermons and leading and the real estate stuff and YouTube, and it was just like, it was a stressful time, because it made me not want to work on YouTube, because I almost felt guilty. I'm like, I'm not performing at work. Like, well, I can't be doing stuff outside of work because I'm not even doing my job right. And then that's how the enemy will attack. You know what I mean? In Ephesians chapter 6, the Bible talks about how we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of darkness. Meaning that we need to put on the entire armor of God when we're men and women of God. And I think what's interesting is, I'll just say it from my perspective, I'm not married. Like, Lada and I aren't married, but I know that for a long time I've been training to be the head of the house. And a lot of times what the enemy will try to do is he'll try to attack the head, because if you attack the head, the rest of the organism dies. And I felt an increase in that, especially as Lada and I have gotten closer in our relationship, where it's just like, I feel a different weight and a different responsibility to. You've been an excellent helper too, though, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, because the Bible talks about that as the woman. She wants to kiss me in the middle of this video, just like vo. Yeah. Vo.
It's not vo. It's vo.
That's how you say grandma in Portuguese.
But me too. I've been feeling, to your point, you've been feeling the weight of a new responsibility, which is to be the head of the relationship. And I've been feeling a spiritual weight in terms of praying for you and praying for your dreams and covering you in prayer and asking the Lord to protect you, to give you favor. And even in each appointment, the Lord has taught me this so much. Like, I felt in my heart that he was asking me to pray for your appointments. So even throughout those 2 weeks, I felt like the Lord was actually using that to teach me how to pray for you.
You know, it reminds me, Mike Dudley, who's my mentor at work.
Oh yeah.
Before her and I even met, he said, I was talking to him about my wife and just in preparation and this and that and what I'm looking for. And he's like, you know what you need, Mike? You need a praying woman. You need a pray. Like, he didn't say anything else. The only thing that he said, he's like, bro, you need a praying woman. I'm going to tell you guys, maybe you're single and you're watching this, or maybe this is 10 years down the road and you're looking back at old videos, and you need a praying woman. If you are a man and you're trying to prepare and you're trying to do good and you're trying to put together stuff with real estate or whatever you're doing in your life, the one thing that you really, really need in order to be successful long-term, to be built to last, is dependence on the Lord. You need to put him first, and you need a woman that's going to pray you through this thing. Because I guarantee you, if you're a woman of God and you're walking forward and you're the head of the house, you're going to be under spiritual attack, as it says in Ephesians 6, and you're going to need a praying woman to lead you through. Yeah.
And if you're ladies, hooray. Let me tell you something. If you see your man struggling with anything, you obviously need to be there for him, but close the door, get on your knees, and pray.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I did it on purpose. Was it?
Whoa!
Is it bad?
Well, not if you're married.
Sure. Which we're not, so we don't have that experience.
Yes, exactly. This Mav Talk just completely went in the wrong direction. So anyways, we love you guys. We love you guys a lot. I hope you guys liked, in the comments, just, did you guys like Lotta being on here? I liked her being on here.
I liked being here, too.
I don't think I'll want to do it without her moving forward.
Cutie pie.
So I'll end with this.
So annoying. Oh my god.
No, you're super cute, babe. So here's one of the things that Lotta makes fun of me now because I'm doing my Duolingo journey is I posted on social media, okay? So this is the issue with, if you're a Brazilian woman, you're marrying a white guy. I posted meu amor da minha vida. And I thought that was the right way to say the love of my life.
Never told them.
And it meant my love of my life, which is a little awkward. So if you have white guys, if you're a Brazilian woman, y'all better ask before you're posting on social media. I had like three of her friends or two of her friends that reached out there like, bro.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I think it's cute.
So you want to close this out, babe? What are the closing thoughts that you have?
Closing thoughts. Give me one and I'll give the other.
It's just, love you guys. We love you so much.
Oh, love you guys.
This has been so delightful to be with you today. I did my hair and my makeup for this.
I did. Well, not my hair, but definitely my makeup.
We'll do some fun videos too. We're gonna do some she's a singer-songwriter. I don't know if y'all knew that. She's just like this, I don't know. Just this Berkeleyan singer-songwriter. So we're gonna post some videos of us singing together. We're gonna sing together. We'll do some duets. Yeah. We did a duet with her dad in the car the other day.
We did.
So, anyways, this specific thing is just for you guys to get to know us. We're gonna be posting pretty consistently. Pretty consistently over the next year. The goal for this channel, by the way, is to post 100 videos, and we've already done 4. So this will be the 5th one.
There you go.
Be the 5th one. Yeah. So we love you guys so much. If you haven't already, subscribe. I don't know why. I mean, that's just crazy, bro. If you haven't subscribed, that's...
Just click the button.
I gotta clip that. Subscribe.
I want you to...
She goes. Just click the button.
Just click the button.
Click the button, bro. Click the button. Give me a like, bro. I don't ask for a lot, dude. Just give me a like. Give me something, bro. But anyways, we love you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.